Hello and welcome to this week's accountability check-in. We are looking at the end of the week here. This was a pretty good week overall, so let's just dive right in and take a look. Let's start here on the back of the compass card. So I managed to do all the things I was trying to do for my proposal. This included revising the chapter 3 abstract, got through that, and the chapter 4 abstract revision. I put all of these, all of the revised versions of each component of the proposal together, and then I printed all of that out and I reviewed the entire draft. I did add a bibliography. This wasn't too difficult for me because the things I'm working on in my proposal came from like papers I've written in the past, so I could bum off a lot of the previous research that I've read. So I added that and I submitted that to my advisor. So excellent week when it comes to proposaling. So for the Hawaii paper, I had finished writing a new version of it. I put that all together last week, and this week we printed it and I reviewed the whole thing. Based on that review, I created an action plan for the revisions. This even included some deadlines, so I really have a concrete way to move forward to make sure that I get this in by the deadline. I was supposed to do 2 promos on citations, so I don't know, maybe I can zoom in a little bit to help us and not be too crooked. Forgive me, I'm still learning a little bit about how to shoot from this angle. All right, so you can see here I have a box at the beginning and a box at the end. I don't think I've done this in our videos, but in general, what this means is I started the task, but I didn't finish it. So if a task is relatively complex, or I think I really did make good effort towards completing it, I will put this like 2-box thing. So in this case, I did 1 pomo on citations, and I really did like half of another pomo on citations, but I didn't feel comfortable checking off the rest of the box. But I did want to give myself some credit, so we made progress on this, if not completing it. 50-50 writing in Hawaii, so I didn't really get this done. This note here came at a later time. I owed Hawaii 1 pomo by the end of my work week. So that's not perfect 50-50, but that actually is pretty close. And if you remember in my last video, I did say I was expecting it to be more proposal heavy. Oh look, I got some lovely ink on my hand there. Lovely. Just started using fountain pens. Not really coordinated enough to keep the ink under control apparently. Anyways, 50-50 on writing for my 2 projects. I was very close. I owed 1 pomo to Hawaii. I thought I was gonna push through that. I was pretty close to it, but by the end of Friday, I was just really exhausted. And Friday for me this week was a pomo heavy day, which it usually isn't. You can actually see, I did some calculations here for how many minutes I worked during the week. I usually keep track of this on the front, which I can actually show you. I have my research Bujo here. It's a traveler's notebook. I can zoom out a little. I think I can zoom out a little. This is a Webster's Traveler's Notebook, which I keep track of my long-term research things in here. And I keep track of all my minutes in my planner. And here's the one for March. So this is a thing I normally keep in my planner so I can record the minutes. And then this is data from Pomotodo, the place where I track my pomos. So I keep all of this, and then at the end of each month I do a little review. But importantly, for April, I hadn't created this yet. I still had March hanging out. So at the end of the week, I just wanted to complete those calculations. So I did that down here. And if we can zoom in again, it's like we can. You can see Friday was a minute heavy day for me, 283. Monday was 226. This is unusual. Typically Mondays and Thursdays are my heaviest days, but Thursday I was not feeling it so good. And Friday I had a really structured day, and that helped me push through to use the time I had. So even with all of this, I couldn't fit that last Pomo for Hawaii in. I feel okay about that. I'm not too upset about this 50-50 because I did get close. I think maybe what the actual goal here should be like is to be mindful of how much time you're spending on each project and prioritizing that appropriately. So I might rethink how I'm writing out this kind of percentage approach to working on 2 projects at the same time. So moving right along, I needed to revise my CV and submit to the Dissertation Pro seminar. I did both of these. The revising the CV was not too difficult, but I really did have to focus on it, so I got those done. I have officially applied, so we'll see what happens. I was meeting with a consultant at the KNIB Center about teaching my course next term. I did draft an agenda and I sketched activity ideas for that. I got very useful feedback, mostly which was, these are good ideas, you're not crazy, because I was a little worried I was crazy, but the person I met with thought that it was a good start and encouraged me to continue working with KNIB as I work through the details of preparing the course and the syllabus in particular. So, regular life things. I needed to check on my Allstate bill for insurance. Did that. Everything's good. I needed to pay the BMV. I did that. I needed to do some things to submit for my expense report for Hawaii. It looks like I'm going to get paid soon, so that's awesome sauce. I wanted to revise the APA blog. I just needed to create a couple sentences, and I did that. I needed to clarify when the MAP meeting was. I did that. I picked a day to try to go to the BMV and get my Indiana driver's license, so that's good. I had to mail some paperwork and explain it, and I did both of those, and I just wanted to shift some auto payments to the American Express card. So, overall very good. Got a lot of stuff, got a lot of admin done in addition to a lot of research. That can be a very difficult thing for me to balance. I'm often very heavy on the admin and weak on the research goals, or the opposite, where I'm just being a researcher and like sucking at all the regular everyday things. So let's take a look at this side of the compass card. Let's see, got the Dissertation Pro seminar app done. I got a full draft of the proposal to Jeff, to my advisor. I resubmitted to Hawaii, and that's actually looking quite good. I got the paperwork done. I got the blog revision done, and for my work I got grant review under control. So overall, this was a quite good week. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with how much I worked. I'm a little surprised by the minute spread that you can see here, but I'm not unhappy with it. This was a very productive week. This is one of the most minutes heavy weeks I've had in like during this semester. And it didn't feel overwhelming. It just felt kind of good to do this much work. So I was really happy with that. Well, I will check in again with you guys on Monday. I am thinking about changing some of my planner dynamics. So stay tuned for that video because you might see something new next week. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.